Okay, so hopefully it's better. I am back now. I'm hoping it's better, but I have no idea. I mean, it'll probably look more framey now because of this less FPS.
There's a car behind. Take care, rejoin him. Watch your speed limit in pits.
Looking better? Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Welcome back. And I think it's your first time here, so welcome here. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Are you from,
16.
You from the broadcast? Woo!
Got one inside.
What you doing, Eric?
Clear
At the bottom.
Yeah,
Got one outside. Clear outside.
Sounds good, sounds good. And Jeff does he does an amazing job with this broadcast. I love usually on Thursday nights after the race, I go back and I just watch it while I eat dinner. And Ryan and Jeff are just awesome on the broadcast. They do a really good job with it. Get off the wall. I hope you guys are as excited for the race as I am. I may not show it, but I'm nervous and excited. I really want to do well. I want to do a lot better than I did on Monday.
Right outside. That puts you 0.5. Use the pace. What lap time was 27.7. Still there.
Still there.
Clear outside.
Stop.
Oh, Gage.
Sorry, Dave.
Gage, what was that?
You came in
I
hot.
just murdered Dave. That's what happened.
Technically no, because that's where they are on the next gens. If you look at any of the new next gens, the numbers are more forward on the car.
Off the pace.
But technically, I guess in real life, it would be to move your numbers around. Because I'm assuming you're referencing Wes. He did move his forward. Are they saying that he has a legal car now? Penalize him? Him moving them doesn't give him any kind of boosts or anything like that, so I don't think it matters. Not that big a deal. Just stickers.
Slow car down low.
The car is super tight.
Go high.
Watching that from Dave's view makes it look like he just T-boned me in the middle of an intersection.
You just absolutely murdered him. I got to see it in my rear view. You were facing the right way, and then all of a sudden you were just 90 degrees to the right.
You literally just appeared in front of me. I was just all of a sudden car, like a split second. I don't even know what happened.
It looked pretty aggressive.
I hit the apron, got loose, and it just snapped to the right, the hardest it's ever has. Like, it scared me.
It scared me.
How you liking Phoenix, Dave?
Good. It's giving my braking skills a little run for their money.
Well, for sure. It's pretty tricky, and don't forget about that dog leg there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the notification just went live. What? Get out of here.
17.
Yeah, it's a fun track. It's a love-hate relationship. People either love it or they hate it. So you'll make your mind up tonight.
I hate it.
I love it.
That was at 28.5.
Yeah, I just watched that incident that happened. Fucking hell.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, Dave.
Thank you.
Go high.
Also, are you shifting at all, or are you just staying in fifth?
I've been staying in fifth.
Okay. I think it's faster to shift, but I could be wrong, but I think it is. But I say do whatever you're comfortable doing, in the fact that we only have less than 20 minutes left, so.
Yeah.
Because
The car stopped on the
if we get
bottom.
like
Go
super
high.
long group tank runs like we did Monday, I'm probably gonna end up shifting.
You definitely will on old tires. I don't know if you've done much practice on old tires, but you definitely will have to shift.
Oh yeah.
But it's
I
not,
got
it's not that
run distance.
it's not that detrimental.
Latest pace.
I don't remember who it was earlier, but someone blew a tire around their, I think they said lap 35.
That was Clem.
Yeah.
It's because he was pushing too hard. Like I made it 45 laps with 18% tire wear left.
Ah.
Sorry, Charles. Talking about the champ. Oh, they're talking about Rucci. Did Rucci move his numbers?
I probably cut that dog leg more than anyone.
I don't know. Sometimes I take it down to that pit wall.
Oh, I do.
Careful
I take
on
it down to the pit wall and almost the full.
Careful on that
section.
re-entry.
Oh no, I have no problem on any re-entry. On old tires, like I'm gonna have an issue, but at that point I'm not gonna cut the dog leg.
Coming inside. They're on the inside.
Oh, so West did it. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I just went down to the wall and fucking killed my car.
I saw that.
Do I want to qualify in back so I get a better
The rest
pit
of
stall,
the-
or do I want to
So you're saying the leaders are not shifting?
decisions?
Because I feel like to be fast you have to. But it probably saves your tires a little bit if you don't, because then you don't have as much torques. You don't have as much of those torques. I'm not worried about lap times, am I? Oh, they're shifting. Okay, yeah. I'd assume you have to.
You're currently 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Yeah.
Your lap time was at 28.3.
Yeah, I would assume you have to. Yeah, the stream looks horrific on my other monitor, but I'm not tabbed into it.
Sorry, Richie.
You're currently 1.0
Sorry if you guys hear a
off the
squeaky
pace.
pedal. I'm
You've
not
just
sure if
done
you are.
28.2.
But if you are hearing it, I'm sorry. I was not a good streamer guy, and did not prepare my my pedal by cleaning it. For the NASCAR race, we were about right here to the right. Boom. I'll try to see if I can come to a stop on the infield
5 seconds off
and
the
face
pace.
where we were.
That was at 28.7.
As for yeah, for what's it called? Xfinity. We were kind of right in front of us, right where we are.
15 minutes.
But for us on NASCAR, yeah, NASCAR. Give me a second. I think we were about straight in front of me here. About there. That's where. Oh, are you asking? Oh, what's? Okay, you're asking about the section. Are we in like 136 or something like that? Oh, there should be in here, but give me a second. I can get them for you.
What's your speed? Right back. We'll need to pit to serve the penalty.
That's already live. Shit.
I'll get them. Don't worry. I know they're in here. I just gotta find them. Just give me a second. Or don't. Yeah, I understand, but
You've got 3 laps to serve this
Showing up the
penalty.
black flag. Take out a
Don't
speed
cross
on
the
pit
white
road.
line.
We need you to come in and serve a 30-second penalty.
this is where I'll find myself here. Hopefully one day. Hi, Dusty. Hi, Dusty. Victory lane. Oh wait, what did he say to me? I can't read what he said.
My bad, man.
Oh. What do you mean, Tony? He said.
I saw you over there.
You didn't see nothing. That's hilarious. He watched it. He PM'd me and said, "You wish," about pulling into victory lane. Wow. What a bully. What an absolute bully. Oh man. It could happen someday, whenever Rucci finally doesn't show up. Whenever he gets bored of winning.
Watch your mirrors.
I fell down to 17th. I was in 8th at one point. For time.
No problem.
Hard stop down low.
That was fun. Thanks, Charles. Thank you, thank you. That car's so loose coming out of that corner right now.
Got one inside.
He's still there. He's still there.
Stay right there.
Still there. Inside
Go to
clear.
the bottom.
Outside, you got one.
Still there.
They're low.
Clear inside.
No bumpy did they?
Look out for the pit speed
Let me
limit.
shift into reverse.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
I want to go into reverse. To be murdered during a practice. Sending it in during practices. Super fun for everybody.
Okay, Ryan. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Almost done.
Take care. There's a car approaching.
Almost done practice. Do you not know? What do you not know? What did I ask something? I don't remember if I asked something. I probably did. When I race, my brain gets only focused on what's happening in front of me and I forget everything that comes out of my mouth. I'm hoping we get some green flag runs, but with these restarts, I don't think we
What
will.
time was that? 27.8.
Oh, no. Ow. I asked, I wasn't asking how. I was telling it to let me. When you're going over a certain speed, it won't let you shift into reverse.
P18, you're now 1.5 off the leader's pace.
Hoping we do well. Honestly, aiming for top 10. That's my goal in most races. I'm going with again. As long as I can work tires, be fine there. But I feel like everyone's pretty even on tires here.
That was at 27.8.
Got one outside.
They're
outside.
That puts you 0.8 off the pace.
I think what a lot of people forget during practice is everyone tries to focus on getting the fastest lap, but
Full car down low. Hard stop down low.
that's not what practice is for. I think too many people try to do it as that, and they use it as. I mean, I guess you're technically if you can use it for qualifying practice, and maybe that's just what they're doing. But
You're now 0.8 off the pace.
pushing other cars out of the way just because you're on newer tires is not how you should practice.
Thanks for making me
That's
work.
not how you should race.
P19.
You got it, buddy. Must be why you're wearing a work vest.
They're outside.
Yeah, so you'll stop wrecking.
Just done at 28.1. You've just done at 27.9.
A little early on throttle.
Is the car leaving the pits?
Yeah, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
That was at 28.0.
Have fun watching the broadcast. Hopefully we make it
I'm on
entertaining
old
for you.
tires.
Okay, Ryan, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. What's your speed limit in the pits? That lap time was 28.2.
Little late. Rip it. Rip it.
You're currently 1.3 seconds off the leader's pace. That lap was at 28.5.
Typical 89, putting it in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Black flag. You'll need to come into the pits to serve the penalty. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Okay. This is be fun. Maybe. Hey Bugs, my mom told me to tell you that purple and green do go well together.
Your mom's wrong.
Oh, damn.
That was blunt.
You hear that, Mom? You hear that? Calling you out.
That's it, go!
Oh, you missed it? Bug said that you're wrong.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to
I
go.
just oh, you do have audio. Okay, I couldn't remember if I muted it or not.
There's traffic behind. Watch your mirrors. You're on the right side.
Yep, I did. I made sure to let him know for you.
They're outside. Got one outside. Stay low.
Hold your line.
Stay on the bottom.
He's still there. He's still there.
Stay low.
The guy there.
Ready to stop.
Whoops. Pinch me down on the apron.
That puts you 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Bet we're gonna see a lot of that tonight. A lot of pinching. Pinching into the wall, pinching into the apron.
Low car down low. Hard
Find it
stop
all.
down low. Go high.
Fully expecting it all. Is Ruchi even in here?
0.6 off the leader's pace. Your lap time was 27.7.
Got a slow car ahead on the bottom. Go low.
Checking flags out.
Got one inside.
They're clear.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get that.
On
Got
your
one
right,
outside.
they're
Ready to stop. Your car is leaking fluid.
You're all good.
That's the end of the session.
Dropping a lot of fluid. You have to fix it.
I somehow hit the throttle even harder there. I don't know how, but I did. Alrighty, let's do this. Good luck, everybody.
Take 6 clear. Don't cross the white line. Okay, Ryan, we've got 2 laps. Let's get this done.
Maybe I won't botch it this time like I did on Monday. Bocce ball it. Bocce ball it.
Green flag. Green flag. Here comes your first time lap.
Didn't do very good on that entrance right there. Okay, well, didn't do good there. That's that lap gone. Whoopsies. I'm just gonna screw up the entrance to the next lap too. Why don't I?
Uno lapo.
I'm not being negative. I messed it up. That's a fact. It was a negative.
E7.
There you go.
Last lap was at 27.4.
Oh, good luck getting
There's a flag.
tickets for Daytona if that's what you're trying to do. Oh, you're talking about bugs. He doesn't live in Daytona. Orlando. Dusty's here. You did say Daytona. No, I could have sworn you said Daytona. Oh! I could have sworn you said Daytona. Nah, she said Orlando or Florida Desert, Daytona.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
My mind is gone. Being 7th, I'm gonna really be far up on this. Yeah, okay.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Second lap was okay. I somehow saved it. Shows I could have been much faster. I mean, look at that. Clint's only 0.003 seconds quicker. I outqualified Rucci! Happy with that. Outqualified Rucci. I have to look. Where's that at? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell yourselves that. Go to look left. Boom. Look right. Boom. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I hope. I can only hope. Let's watch these laps back. These oh so great laps, Dusty. Oh so perfect great laps that I never messed up once on. Not sure what happened. The car got really loose in this corner. It's way different feeling than it was on Monday. It feels much tighter on exits than it did before. So going out of 2, which is that corner that we just went through, and then coming out of this corner, even going from 3 to 4, it gets really tight. And then a couple times in practice, I've gotten loose in the dog leg, and I'm not sure why.
Okay, here we go again. You guys know the speech we do every week. This one's going to be a little bit different. I've got the entrance to pit road, as you know, is coming out of turn 2. So when the pace car pulls off, that's going to change our restarts. The initial start, as always, is on the green flag. Every other restart after that is on the leader. But since the pace car is going to be pulling off so early, we've got to roll down the backstretch first. So please don't take off before the turn 3 sign. That's what I'm going to be watching for. After that, feel free. If you want to go all the way around to the restart zone, you can, but just don't start anywhere before that turn 3 sign. Also on pit road, we're going to do things a little differently than Monday night. We're going to be pretty strict on watching who's where, so make sure you stay in that right lane out by the wall, above that white line. Stay single file. It's a little bit tough when you're coming around the corner. Just keep your head on a swivel. Stay single file. Don't get inside somebody so they get taken out trying to get to their box. Otherwise, just do what we do every week and have fun, and let's finish the season out.
Sounds good.
I got something real quick. Just want to thank y'all for coming out the entire season. Thank y'all so much for making this at least the biggest season in OCRP history. Want to congratulate Matt Rucci on the championship. Locked it up 3 weeks ago. Congrats, dude. Well deserved. And we'll close out the season with a bang, boys. Really appreciate y'all. And yeah, it's gonna be tough. 120 laps. Let's get after it. Tony, wait until about go ahead and let time run out. So broadcast and do their thing.
One step ahead of you.
GG luck.
GG luck.
Yeah, GG luck.
Let's get it. That hurt. Oh. Luck, GG.
I know you guys can't necessarily see the crowd in the car, but every spectator here looks like a charred corpse from GTA 5 for some reason.
I noticed that.
The patch today should have fixed that, but I guess not.
Yeah, everything is lit except for the spectators.
Good. Good. Well, thank you everybody for coming by. I'm sorry now if I miss anything or if I get to a point where I'm not saying a single word. I tend to do that from time to time. Not on purpose. Just know I'm focused and I'm trying to do well for you. Oh, I got knocked down this spot. I'm starting 8th. I'm happy with that. I will focus. I will do my best. I want to do well. I am worried, but I want to do well. Me being on the outside lane for the start, a lot of people gonna be taking that dog leg right on the start. And I mean, you'll make a couple of cars and on that start. So I'm expecting to have Rucci get in front of me almost immediately. Same with getting Bugs and Isaiah and Nick. They'll probably push up real quick. Because on that start, it's just much faster to cut that corner. However, when you're later on in the race, when tire wear comes a big deal, that lower lane gets real sketch. So I'm excited, nervous but excited as always. Sad that it is coming to an end. Because it won't start up until next year. So there'll be a pretty big gap between now and then of OCRP racing. But as of right now, there is still Outcast. There's one more week of it for next Tuesday. That is a thing still for the final race. I am 6 points away from the 89 truck, not including any drop weeks. So I think as long as I do much better than he does, and he kind of falls back to the back of the pack again, and I can place higher up in the pack, that'll be important.
Yeah, like everyone.
Get it going. Thank you, Peggy. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. I'm hoping I can do well for you. Is it your birthday today? I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably not gonna give it for you, but I'll try to get a top 10 for you. How about that? I don't know if I'll be able to do that. There's just too many fast guys. Potter ran away with it on Monday. Big ran away.
Got to say congrats to Dylan on the pole here, man.
There's a lot of fast guys in front of me and behind me. There's at least a couple fast guys that can definitely push for top 10. So I think the whole top 10 grid is a fight. It's definitely a fight to stay in there. So I'm happy if I can do it. Obviously, my goal is to place better than I start. That's ultimately my goal, and that's anywhere I start. So if I started in 20th, if I finish 19th, I'm happy. That means I went further than where I was. Regardless if if my quality was just an absolute crap show.
You have 2 additional sets of tires for this race. Be smooth and have a good run.
Yes, we'll be using both tires. If we can get one caution, I'd be happy with. I don't think we're gonna get it. I think too many people are gonna push too hard. What's up to 1? I think too many people are gonna push too hard, and it's gonna cause some issues. And it definitely has me worried.
Stand by. Line up on the outside. Pit road is closed. Catch stop 60, car. Catch stop 43, car.
Especially on these restarts, with them being so late, it's gonna be tricky.
Getting ready here, getting ready.
Okay,
Race cars in.
let's get this right. No fuck-ups.
I don't get why they don't do the green flag back here. I mean, I know this is where it used to be, right about here. I don't know why they don't just still do it over there and let it come around. Have a start line here and have a finish line there. Alright, here we go.
Green, green. Inside. Still there. Inside clear.
Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy.
Inside. Got one inside. Stay right there. Inside clear. Got one inside. They're to the bottom. Got one inside.
Okay, Ryan. The next car is brown. Still there.
Sorry, Reno.
Stay right there. Yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Sorry about that, trying to save it.
Yeah, I lost one spot. I think.
Race cars out. Line up single file behind car 48.
This car's going into one.
Closed.
Pit road is now open.
Vehicles yellow. Pits are open.
Yeah, yellow already. It is expected. Totally expected. It's too many people are going to be. It's just too close together. I'm not sure who caught. Did I lose 2 spots? I guess technically I was in front of Nick. No. How did I lose 2 spots? That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. Look, if this is the only caution, if we can hold it together, it would be awesome. It would just be one great race all the way to the end. But I'm not
Pit road
sure.
is closed.
It's unfortunate that I don't have a track map for this map. I don't know why they don't have one. I mean, it's basically the same thing as the other Phoenix map, but they did just release it like a week or 2, or a couple weeks ago, so.
Yeah, all good, Thomas. Tyler, sorry.
You thinking so?
Okay, bud.
Think you're
Green
gonna
flag.
go with it?
Stand by. Line up on the outside.
Alright, Ryan. Get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
I don't like that I'm on the outside again. I don't know who the second car. I guess
Get
Nick.
ready. Going green.
Nick got by, huh?
Pace car's leaving. Green.
Passenger, please lead in the race. Stay high. Return to position.
Stay right there.
Keep it steady, still there.
Keep it on top.
Still there. Still there.
Keep it on top.
They're
Stay to
inside.
the bottom.
Car inside.
Got one inside.
He's
Keep
still
it on
there.
top.
Keep digging.
Sorry.
Keep it
Got one inside.
Keep
Stay
it
high.
together. One line. They're
Stay to
inside.
the bottom.
Car inside.
Inside.
Keep high. They're on the
Stay to the
inside.
bottom.
Let's keep it going, boys. We're good. We got it.
Inside line, you got one. Still
Keep it on
there.
top.
Okay, Ryan, there's a
They're
clear.
inside.
Didn't mean to
Stay
go
high.
that deep.
One inside.
You passed this lap from Graham, 27.6. The lap time was 27.9.
Stay high.
Ryan's last lap time is at 27.9.
Still there.
Stay right there.
They're low.
Clear.
Got one on the inside. Inside
Oh,
clear.
Jesus,
Coming
Chuck.
up on
Got
the
one
inside.
inside. Stay
Still
right there.
They're low.
Clear.
The leader's just done 27.4.
My bad, Gage. You blink on me. I
It's just done
freaked out right there.
27.7. The guy behind has just done 27.7.
Please no caution.
You've just done 27.9.
Everyone's like so slow. Everyone's so slow. Keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean. I can't read all that. I'm sorry. I've been missing all that, so I'm sorry.
Sorry, Chuck.
Yeah, all good, bucks.
Sorry.
Got
Oh,
one
that was my
outside.
bad. I'm so sorry, man.
Clear. Got one outside. You're on the bottom. Ring wide. Hold your line.
Right side.
Got one outside. Still there. Stay on the
Still there.
bottom.
Hold your line.
Stay on the bottom.
Clear.
Good to stop.
I am being careful.
Car inside. Inside clear.
Inside.
Hells.
Clear to the bottom.
Hells.
That was 29.4.
They got one right side.
Still there.
Right side.
Hells, why'd you come in here? Why'd you do this?
Outside. Go low.
Oh.
Clear outside. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Line
Oh.
up single file. Pit road is closed.
Thanks, Peggy. That was not, I don't know whose fault that was. He kind of came into the back of me, but maybe I pinched him down.
Line up single
The
file.
second you said something, Charles hit.
Pace
Pace
car
car
is
is entering one.
Charles hit. Charles made contact. Hey, Charles, I don't know if that was me coming down on you or
It's alright.
pooping me. I'm not sure, but sorry about that.
It's all good, buddy. I was about to say the same thing. I needed to mute myself in here, but yeah, I think it was just a racing thing, dude. I don't think it was
I think mixture.
You know. Yep, absolutely. I didn't realize you were in here. Otherwise, I'd have just said it in here.
Yep.
Letter 89, Cowboy.
You jinxed it, Kels. Thanks a lot. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, you're fine. I didn't hit the 89 to be fair. Or the 81, sorry. I didn't hit the 81 to be fair. I thought I made a good pass to get up there, too. I may pit and just get some repair and fuel. I think I'm going to do that and just kind of fall to the back.
26, got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That was quite a big hit. What sucks is I can't see the map.
Letter 26, Cowboy.
I don't know. I won't know where the pace car is.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, I know, right?
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Oh, wrong gear. Oh, that's so annoying.
Oh no! Did he not have his fast repair checked? Oh shit! Sorry.
That's it, go! That's it, go!
That was weird.
Line up single file. Catch up 87, car. Pass up 26, car.
I think he was talking about me.
Pass up 43, car. Okay, bud, green flag.
Thanks, Kels.
Line up on the outside.
Thank you. I don't know if you guys hear the squeak of my pedal, maybe when I'm just talking. I don't know if you do it any other time, but sorry about that. Oh look, Bugs is behind me. Now he sees my
Get
colors.
ready, going green.
Oh, he's next to me.
Pace car's leaving.
Yeah. When did he get hit though? Oh, I actually I did read that. I never really even. I think we're going, guys. I can't tell because people aren't stacking up.
Green, green, green. That car's a lap down.
Okay.
P25.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of a Dave move there.
Coming up
That one outside.
Here to Hilton behind Izzy Creek there.
Clear outside.
P24. The car in front of us is now Thomas.
Got one inside.
He's still there. He's still there. Keep digging.
Keep high.
Still there. Outside clear.
P23. Alright Ryan, the next car is Lassiter.
On your right.
Outside.
He's still there.
Slow.
Clear outside. Right side.
Outside.
Outside
Clear
line's clear.
outside.
Thing is, I think everyone's just so close in times that passing is not easy.
That lap was at 28.4.
Oh, good. The race has got a long way to go.
That lap time was 28.4.
A lot of jumbled mess up here.
Got one inside.
Still
Stay
there.
out.
The lap time was at 28.4.
Clear
Clear
inside.
inside.
Right side.
Outside.
Clear on
Clear
right.
outside.
You got one right
Outside.
side. Still there.
Slow.
Clear up
Clear.
high.
P21.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Probably dinner.
Inside.
Inside.
Clear
There's the
inside.
bottom.
Coming up a lane for no reason.
On your right.
Outside.
He's
Stay
still
on the
there.
bottom. Keep to the bottom.
Coming up on your
You're in the top 20.
clear.
Clear outside.
A lot of coming across noses for no reason. Oh, nice, man, nice. How you enjoying it? I think it's awesome. I love it. Multiplayer's kind of broken. I've been really wanting to do a single player series on it, just doing the campaign. Or the single player story, basically. Other than that, yeah, it's kind of janky in multiplayer. Just because of connection,
Go high.
murdered.
Yellow flag is out. Line up single file.
Yeah,
Pit
13
road
car's
is
not
closed.
coming by.
Red dot 13.
He was
top
in that
on.
wreck. I don't know why it's telling me
Next
that.
car is out. Line up single file behind car number
Yeah, that's fine.
22.
Chicken
We think
enchiladas is
Reno
fine.
has crashed.
Pit road is now open.
It was yellow. It's alright.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult for sure, but fun. And that makes it fun, yeah.
His car was slow getting out of the pit road, and then he went 300 miles an hour. He's going into turn 3 now.
Green. Green sauce. I need to reinstall. I think I actually just recently uninstalled it because I wasn't playing it, but I forgot I got this wheel. So I just hadn't played it in a long time. I'm probably gonna get a black flag here.
Car 26 got the lucky dog. Let them pass
Tony,
on
I'm
the
probably gonna get a
outside.
black flag because it says to let spells by, but he's. Oh, never mind. He's right behind me. That's weird.
All good.
Jeffrey, you can pass me. Jeffrey got past me. I don't know why. Yeah, 2's fine. That's weird that he was able to get back. Okay, and he's gonna pin it. Okay. That's so weird.
Let the 13
That it
car
was
boy
wanting him to
catch
get back in front of me when he was
25
involved
car.
in the wreck. Weird.
Lights are open.
17th. Oh, got bugs up there. It kind of sucks going from caution-free Monday night
Pit
to
road is closed.
Caution Fest
We're under
Thursday
caution.
night.
It's closed.
No, it's what's our third one? We're almost a third of the way. Actually, well, I guess we're technically a quarter of the way.
Past the 89 car.
Just remember to use that outside lane on pit road, both entering and after you've gotten your service.
Okay, bud, green flag.
Okay,
stand
Ryan.
by.
Get
Line
ready.
up on the
Race will resume
inside.
at the end of this lap.
Catch the 6 car. Catch the 6 car.
Thank you, Boggs.
Getting ready here, getting ready.
Oh yeah, it's pretty neat. A lot of people like it.
Pace car's in.
It's funny. Kells, you're all right. You're pretty good at the game. I want that to, I want them to tell you otherwise. It's difficult playing on Wes's with McDonald's Wi-Fi, so it's not easy. And they're going.
Green flag, green flag.
P18.
Right
That one
side.
outside.
He's
Keep
still
to the
there.
bottom.
Keep it together. Hold your line.
Keep to the bottom.
Keep it steady. Still there. Still there.
Stay low.
They're
Clear
outside.
outside.
On your right.
Outside. Stay
Still
low.
there. Clear and quiet. You're on the
That
right
one
side.
outside.
Clear.
Clear to stop.
Right
That one
side.
outside.
Still
Stay on the
there.
bottom.
Still there.
Keep low.
Outside
Clear
line's clear.
outside.
Right
That one
side.
outside. Stay
Still
low.
there. He's still there.
Stay on the bottom.
I
Still
was
there.
there.
Keep it together.
Still
Hold
there.
your line. He's still there. He's still there.
Still there.
I don't know who's there.
Clear to stop.
I can only see one car.
Keep digging.
You've just done 28 contacts.
Outside. Still
Still
there.
there. steady, still there.
Still there.
Clear, clear.
On your right side. 16th place. Your last lap time was 28.3.
He's still there, keep digging.
Stay low.
Hold your line. Clear outside.
Stop.
P15.
Got a slow car ahead on the bottom. Go high.
Close
No flaggers
caution,
out.
careful.
Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Don't know how I went
Guy
that.
in front is Stevens. We think Bieber has binned it.
I think this is cars driving into each other. Okay, sorry. Let me read that. You look like a grandma on the highway. I
Sorry,
respect that.
Steph, in the hurry. You guys went too wide at the right last
Catch
minute.
up 20.
That's still on me.
And car number 44.
That wasn't my intention, so to be wide.
Yeah, a lot of cars in that
Pit
game
road is now
are
open.
black and blue. Or black, white,
It was
and
yellow.
blue.
It's open.
So I would say you're correct in that.
Catch up 20.
I do green and purple.
Car.
Those are mine. And you definitely stand out for sure. Really, really do. Oh man. Hot in here. So we will need max 4.8 gallons as of right now. We're in 14th now? Okay.
Car 26. Got the lucky dog. Let them past on the outside. Letter 26. Car bike.
I do sometimes. Kind of tricky because everybody just does this thing where they just randomly check up. So it really kills my ability to do that.
Letter 25. Car bike.
Yeah, there you go. You can do Chicago Bears. That orange will really pop on those colors. So that's a good idea.
Of course, yellow. It's open.
Pit road is closed.
Through the green.
Pace car is out. It's closed.
I never realized how much turning your car off actually helps. It really helps. It really, really helps.
Come on, Andrew.
I mean, like, my car's off. There's no reason I should be flying up on these guys. They just don't pick a speed. They don't pick a speed. And I know it's not me just zooming up on them. Because my car's off.
Green flag.
Going green,
Time
next time
by.
by.
Line up on the inside.
shutting gas off, or the gas,
Get ready, going
shutting the
green.
car off has at some points in races has really
Pace car's
helped me
leaving.
gain laps, especially when we do a lot of caution. Yeah, I think they did that earlier today. I think they released that earlier today. But I'm sorry again if I keep missing messages. I'm sorry. I try to catch them when I can. It's hard when a bunch of people are close together and we're racing.
Green, green, green.
The yellow. The one
Got one outside. Stay on the bottom.
Okay, they're
Clear outside. Outside.
Still there. They're
Clear. Got one inside. Yellow, yellow, yellow. On a single file. Pit road is closed. Let us stick.
Come on, guys.
Cowboy. Let
Pace car
us
is
stick.
out. Line
Cowboy.
up single file behind car number 25. Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Pit
Sorry,
road is
Bugs.
now open.
Pits are open.
Cracking out bugs. Not good. Banned. No. Whew. That was me. Oh my gosh. I am hard on the
Let us
brakes.
stick. Cowboy.
Hopefully, because there's sometimes certain collisions in that game that just obliterate you. He just got pulled away again. Into the broadcast booth he goes. 81. Oh, 91. We have a 91?
Car 89. Got the lucky dog. Let them past on the outside.
That's good. I'm wondering why they couldn't push it this time. Oh, Indy, what's up? They had nowhere to go. R.I.P. He's just not having good luck. Gosh. No, not in this series. I'm not racing him in this series at all. I don't know if it's just a audio thing.
Of course, yellow. Pits are open.
Where it just sounds like all cars are just in first gear cruising. Oh, he did? Oh, no. Oh, man.
Pit road is closed. Keep digging.
We're under caution.
digging.
Pits are closed.
Oh, man. I didn't even know he was laps down. I have group chats going on right now, and they're popping off. I got 20-some missed messages. Oh, man. I want to read them, but I can't. Yeah. It sucks. Feel bad for him. No one wants to finish the last race of the season like that. Especially from winning last year's season. Or last season to this. It just kind of sucks, but hope he's making the best of it. I agree. If he just would say purple and green, and he would keep it clean. Purple and if he had purple and green, he would keep it clean.
By. Line up on the inside.
All right, Ryan. Get ready. Racing resume at the end of this lap.
Yeah, I'll tell him in a
Get ready,
couple
go
days.
green. Pace car's leaving.
And Leo just gets it easy. He gets up in the front, and then it's just caution after that. All he's got to do is get a good jump on the guy next to him, and he's good to go. Just caution, caution, caution. I'm not sure how many we're up to now.
Green flag, green flag.
Right
Got one
side.
outside.
V10.
He's
Keep
still
to the
there.
bottom.
Hold your line.
Keep low.
Still there. Still there.
Keep low.
Outside
Ooh,
left.
that front end pushed really hard there.
Right
Got one
side.
outside.
He's
Still
still
there.
there. He's still there. Keep digging.
Clear
There.
outside.
Right
Got one
side.
outside.
Still
To the
there.
bottom.
Tires are already starting to get hurt.
Keep it steady. Still there.
Clear.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Dave.
Got one inside.
Yeah, it's alright.
Keep it together. Hold your line.
Clear
Inside.
inside.
Sorry, Guzzy.
V12.
Can we just say how awesome that was?
That was an amazing save.
In front of us is
They're low.
Clear inside.
Far inside. Keep
Inside.
high.
Stay
Still
high.
there. Still there.
Keep it on top.
Clear
Clear
low.
inside.
Our lap time was 28.3.
Ooh. I think in the next caution, leaders will pit.
Coming up
Got
on
one
the
inside.
inside. They're low.
Clear to the bottom.
Got one
Inside.
inside. Clear
Clear
inside.
inside.
Stay high.
Got one inside. Stay
Still
high.
Oh my gosh.
Keep high.
Three wide,
You're
keep
up top.
coming,
3
right
wide. Inside. Still there.
Got one on
Inside.
the
Still there.
inside.
Keep high.
Inside
Clear.
clear.
V15.
And a little deep there. These guys must be on newer tires. Must be.
Okay, Ryan. The next car is grey.
On your right.
Outside. Stay
Still there.
low.
He's still there. Keep digging.
Still there.
Clear on
Clear
high.
outside.
V14.
Second.
Yeah, all these guys that are right with us right now are on new tires. We've got too much grip.
close halfway.
Okay, Ryan, that's half the distance. We think about 46 laps remaining on this tank.
Coming up one side. Clear inside.
The bottom.
Here, on right side. Clear outside. Right side.
Outside.
Clear.
Clear
Coming up
outside.
on your...
Outside.
He's still there. Clear high.
Stop.
I couldn't. I was gonna push wide into him if I got on throttle.
Right front tire's worn out.
Yeah. As these old tires and new tire guys get mixed, it's gonna cause some issues.
On your
That
right.
one outside.
Keep it together. On your line. He's still there.
Stay low.
Still there. Still
Stay
there.
low.
Oh,
Still there. Still there.
Stay on the bottom.
14th. Hold your line. Still there. Still there.
Stay on the
getting
bottom.
pulled up to him. It's so annoying.
He's still there. He's still there. Keep it steady. Still there. Outside line's clear.
Stop.
Right
Got one
side.
outside.
Still there. Still there.
Stay
Oh,
on
this
the
inside
bottom.
line sucks. I hate it.
Still there. He's still
Inside
there.
line's only good here. But
Hold
if
your
you can
line.
come up. And I can't come up with them there.
Clear
Clear
Thank God.
outside.
Oh, that line's only good.
Sergeant B12.
There we go. Much better. Get away from all that. Stop wearing my tires down.
Looks like it's out.
There we go.
Pit road is closed. Catch the
Let's take it.
48 car.
Oh, Bugs is gone.
Race cars out. Line up single file behind car number 48. We're under caution.
Pit
It's
road
closed.
is now open.
Pits are open.
Yeah, you know we're pitting.
Come on, Guzzy.
How do I tow my car?
Oh my God, dude.
Permission hold
What's your
still.
speed?
Hold escape.
Oh, you scared me. Biggest jump scare of my life.
Use the outside lane on pit road. You can't go all the way through turn 3 to your pit box that's in turn 4. This is the last warning.
Box now.
Who's he talking to? Is that to me?
That's it. Go. Be mindful, you only have one set of tires remaining. Line up single file.
Use
Catch
the outside line when you
car,
exit your
half
pit as
lap,
well.
26 car.
Well, that time it wasn't me. I don't know if the first one was, but that definitely wasn't.
Catch the 2 car.
Alright, we're good to go. We should be able to get to the end of the race. And if it says green, we may have to change tires. Thanks, Peggy. I'm trying my best. It's not easy, and these guys are fast. A lot of these guys.
I got it passing under yellow black flag.
tee up again one more time.
Said I got a passing under yellow black flag.
Well, hopefully I'm providing that for you. I'm all for beating and banging.
I had to go to the pits. It shows I have a black flag. Is that from towing, or did I get a black flag?
I'm all for beating and banging on doors,
that
kind of
one
like the 6 I did. I'm all for that. That's
Thank you.
racing. But the driving into people and just pushing them around, that's what I'm not for. Personally. I don't like intentional wrecking. If you can make it look like an accident, then okay.
Okay,
But
green flag.
Race cars in this lap.
Line up on the inside. Catch stop 25.
just driving into someone's back end and just pushing through it is not it, Chief. Not for me.
Thank you, sir.
Stop, Nick.
Thank you.
My bad.
Ready. Pace cars in.
What's that? A good stop. What were my tires at? 37s in that front right. That's insane. They fall off too, like immediately. So I did lose a couple spots, but that's because the guys up front right now are already on old stuff in relation to us.
Green flag, we're racing.
Green flag.
Place. Ready,
Got one outside.
Now,
Go
oh
low,
my
go
gosh.
low.
Keep it
Stay
steady,
on the
still
bottom.
there.
Clear
Clear
the
it
back.
back. Full
Full flag is
caution.
out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Wes, I'm so sorry. I almost cut you off.
It looks like Thomas has been it.
No, you're good, dude.
Pace car is
Pace
out.
car's just
Line up
exited pit
single
road.
file behind car 2. We're under caution. It's closed.
Pit road is now open.
I'm having fun. I am having fun. It is a challenge. This is the,
Yeah,
probably
Richie.
the most I've had to fight for positions. I'm enjoying it.
25.
I really am. Yes, if you guys haven't said it already, or if I haven't said it, I thought I did earlier, but happy birthday, Peggy. Peggy's in the chat.
Come around, Nick.
I'm on 11th. Almost top 10.
All I saw was Lance just back up, and I was wondering where he went.
If you don't mind me asking, how old did you turn in today? If you do mind, then don't answer. Just say NA. 30. Okay. Big 30-30. Feel old yet?
Yeah, I think I had a car on the side of me, which made it 4 wide. So I was backing out of it.
I'm just messing.
37.
I can say that because I feel old. You Australian? You an Aussie?
Lift up 37. Cowboy.
Goodbye, next person. Chuck's gone. Chuck left the call. Not sure why. I don't know how I... Oh, you're German. Okay. Oh, that's right. You're 8 hours... You're 8 or 7 hours ahead now. I'm not sure. I'm -7 UTC, I think. I'm not sure. That's what I was before DST ended. I don't know about if daylight savings... I don't know which way that moves you guys, or forward or backwards. You are +1. Okay, so yeah, I think 8 hours. I don't know what it is right now, again, with it being, with daylight savings ending. But I know normally I'm +7, I think, or -7. Yeah, -7, sorry. It's early for you then. I don't know what you're doing awake for. I've got a buddy who lives in Germany that I do some sim racing with, and He's located in Frankfurt. I'm not sure where you're at. I think he's close to Frankfurt. Either like just on the outside of it or he's in it. I can't remember. Well, you don't gotta sacrifice your sleep, man. That's a... I say man, assuming you're a man. I'm not sure. You're from Berlin? Okay. That's my dream, to go to Germany. I want to go so bad.
Green flag, next time.
It just looks amazing there. And I love history, and it just... there's just so much history with Europe, and it's just... I just love it. I love history, and I love... just seeing places that existed well before America existed. I heard it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful over there.
Going green. H car's leaving.
Making me jealous, Dusty. Why are we braking? And also, I'm not sure what a Stuxent is.
Green flag, green flag.
Ooh, not a good start for me.
Reach inside the line, you got one. They're on the inside.
Bottom.
Jesus.
Got one
Woo!
outside. Clear outside.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Looks like it's out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
I don't know
All good,
why
man.
we're driving so aggressive on restarts. I know, I was just gonna say to Dusty.
Line up single file. Right, car number
Well,
86.
since you can't sleep,
Race car
thanks,
is
Cars,
Dave.
entering turn 1.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.
Pit road is now open.
Of course, yellow.
I don't know
It's
why
alright.
we're racing so aggressively. Woo. I feel like people are being a little aggressive on these restarts, and I'm not sure why.
I'm just trying not to get ran over like I did.
Yeah, but there's no need to. That's the thing. Do that in the last 10 laps. That's fine. We're just past halfway. You can make a pass without shoving somebody or hitting them out of the way. It's just... You don't need to do it. And I understand accidents are accidents.
Got the lucky dog. Let them
I understand
pass
that.
on the outside.
But it's just the over aggressive. Doesn't need to be. I love racing with these guys, but that does get obnoxious. For sure.
Let 15 cowboy.
And I understand. I mean, we got to put on a show, but got to get some green flag racing to do that. That's what racing is. Like, again, I don't mind cautions. I really don't. It's a nice break, but almost causing cautions and / causing cautions because you're trying to make up 3 cars on a restart. That's where it's like. That's where you need to draw the line. That's where patience comes into play. Like, obviously, of course, I want to pass 2 more cars, 1 more car. Did I lose a spot?
Pit road is closed.
Who did I lose a spot to?
Race car is out. Pits are closed.
I don't even know who I lost a spot to, because I thought Spells was right behind me. Oh, I guess I lost it to the 2. He was on my outside. He was in 11th and I was in 10th. Oh, no. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he was on my outside. And then we lost Leo. I think Leo's behind us. As long as I can stay on the inside, I'm fine with that. I get ran on when I'm on the outside line.
Green flag, next time by. Line up on the inside.
Get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
It would also help if the cars. Oh no, someone was in front of me. Was it Dylan? Was Dylan in front of me? I really don't remember. Whatever. What I'm noticing is that these guys just right here are not moving, and the guys behind me are. So I'm about to start leaving a gap. I know the second I do, I won't leave then. Charles. I like Charles. He's fun to race with. I know he does his best to keep it clean.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, that was my bad.
Sorry, Wes.
All good.
One outside. Stay on the bottom.
Keep it together, hold your line.
Keep to the bottom.
He's still there. He's still there.
Still there.
Still there.
Go low. Yellow.
Wrecking.
Please don't hit me!
Let the 36 Cowboy. Pasta 91.
We gotta let pace car by.
No!
Pace car's coming into one. He's hauling
There's so
it.
many spots. Why did I loop? Why
There
did
you go.
I loop? I don't get it. I think I went on the apron. I think that same thing happened with Dylan in front of me.
Pasta 26 Pasta
Taking up out for.
I gotta let Chuck back.
Pasta 67 Pasta
He's coming. Keep rolling.
Pasta 11
That was good. I don't know how I made it through there without getting hit. And I kept it off the wall.
Hey, Jeffrey, how does my right front look?
Let them park on the outside. Pasta 22 Pasta 73
I get my spot back because the caution came out before.
Okay, dog, outside.
Let the 11 Cowboy. Pasta 87
Full yellow. It's a rope.
Pasta 13
Hey, Jeff, I didn't have my Alpines on. Did you hear me, bud?
Negative.
Can you take a look at my right front? I can't tell. It's not crinkled up for me, but that doesn't mean much.
Pit road is closed.
Gage,
Looks all right.
Pits are closed.
did you slide out there at all?
Go, big man.
I got caught up in Joel. Whatever happened to Joel.
Oh, okay. I think I think Macedo both touched the apron right after the caution. We both just looped it. So I was able to keep it off the wall, but I didn't know what happened to you because you and I were just passing everybody.
Yeah, Joel came down into me when he was completely sideways, and I took out Chuck.
Rip. Well, I made up a spot or two. I could be a couple further, but you know, apron things.
Taking the bottom.
That really hurts my tires, but is what it is. Is what it is, but it is what it isn't.
Green flag, next time by. Line
Okay,
up on the
Ryan, get
inside.
ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Yes, it was awesome. Now, I can't wait to see that on the replay.
Ready?
No.
Car's leaving.
Thank you.
Green. You're the top 10.
P8.
Got one inside.
Inside
Stay
clear.
right there.
Stay high. You got one inside. Still there.
Keep high.
He's still there. Keep digging. Inside
Clear
clear.
inside.
Stay
Got
high.
one inside.
P7. That was
Clear low.
Clear.
Car
Got one
inside.
inside.
Still there. He's still there. Clear low.
Clear.
44 must be on older tires. Battery messed the corner up.
Fastest lap for Macedonia, 27.5, 6th place. That lap time was 28.0.
Coming
Got
up
one
on
outside.
Still
To
there.
the bottom.
Still there.
Stay on the
I
bottom.
didn't mean to go to third.
Still there. Still there.
Keep low.
Still there. Clear high.
Stop. You're fifth.
5. What's your quickest lap in this session?
Coming up
Got
on the
one
inside.
inside.
He's
Stay
still
right
there.
there.
Still there.
Stay right there.
Keep it steady. Still there. He's still
Still
there.
there.
Inside
Clear.
clear.
Let Richie kind of pull me along. Watch what he does.
P6.
Oh, he runs that upper wall. I forgot. And it cuts down. That's amazing for your tires. I don't know how he does it.
No flag is out. Line up a single file. Pit road is closed.
Sorry, Andrew.
Oh, good, Robert.
Race car is out. It's closed. Race car is out. Line up single file behind car number 28.
Pit road is now open.
Exit open.
My right front
Ten
blew on
cautions.
that. Sorry, man.
Letter 28 carbine.
Yeah, it blows my mind how fast he is. And what's weird is he knows exactly how to control the car too. I don't get it. Don't understand. If I didn't know better, I would think he does this for his career. Which he probably does. Let's be real. We're entering in the last 30 laps though. The last quarter. We're in the last quarter.
Car 89. Got the lucky dog. Let them past on the outside.
Look, we're still close to the front.
Letter 89.
There's a lot that can happen. There's a lot that can happen. I hate that I'm on the outside line. I'm hoping
Much
so.
better on pit
All I
road
can-
this time.
all I
Thank
can
you.
hope for.
You do not want to get the EOL this late in the race, I promise.
Gotta keep it clean. Oh, I need new gloves so bad. I want to get custom ones.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
I'm expecting some hard pushes. I think I'm fighting to get into the top 10 in standings. I think I'm 12th. But I don't think I'm many points away from 10th. But I also don't remember who's in 11th or 10th, so... it's, Oh, I have a new command. I have follow age now. I switched from Streamlabs to OBS.
Bottom.
And now I have follow age and stuff like
Line
that.
up on the inside.
You can see all that stuff now. Along with the few other commands that come with Streamlabs that most streamers use and have that I don't. I didn't, but I do now. So that's neat. That's something new. Something new and happy. There's something new that I'm happy with.
Going green.
Oh man. Less 25 to go, 26 to go.
Pace car's
And my
leaving.
heart's already starting to pound. I'm in 5th. I just realized that.
Green, green, green. T5.
P5.
You're on right side.
Outside.
Still there.
Slow.
He's still there. Keep digging. There.
Clear.
Right side.
Outside.
Oh,
Still there. Keep it together. Hold your line.
Stay low.
He's still there. Hold your line.
Slow.
P6.
He's still there. Clear outside.
Clear outside.
we'll let him go.
Sir.
Oh, please
Yellow,
no.
yellow.
Sorry, Robert.
Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Come on, guys. Come on. Just get me picked off here one by one.
We're under caution. It's closed. Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 28.
Waiting for the big one though, Picky.
Pit
Waiting for
road
the
is
big
now
one.
open.
Pits are open.
Oh, he is? I mean, you gotta, so that's kind of tricky. You have to... Sounds douchey when I say this, but you have to read it right. You have to make sure it's on the right setting. It's on standings. That's you can just see overall. Otherwise, sometimes you may see it and just be points from the last race. So... He's in standings. Okay, yeah, that I know it sounded douchey when I said that, but it's caught me off guard so many times. So I just want to make sure.
Car 89. Got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
What's 5 points? No, it's not 8 points. It's 5 points now.
Letter 89. Car by.
I'm confused.
Course yellow. Pits are open.
Go in the middle, 6.5. Yeah. Joel is 10th and 14th. Okay. Well, Joel is 2 spots behind me, which is not what I want.
Pits are closed.
If you can get knocked down 10 more spots, that'll be good. I don't know where Joel is. He's not up here anymore. I mean, not Joel. Lance. He's not up here anymore. You see on the top where he's at. I think as long as I do a couple positions better than him, I'll be fine. But he's in 14th. I need Joel to be behind Jason. Hiccups now. Oh no. Yeah, Lance is in 14th. So I need Joel to be behind him. I need Lance to be at least a couple spots behind
Green
him.
flag, next time by. Line up on the
Get
outside.
ready. Racing resume at the end of this lap.
Getting ready here, getting ready. Pace car's in.
Yeah, right? Hells, where you at? I need you to go text Joel. Tell him not to hit anybody.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, no, she hangs out there a lot.
Right
Got one
side.
outside.
He's still there. Keep digging. Still there.
Still there.
Keep it steady. Still there. He's still there.
Wide, you're on the bottom.
You're inside.
Hold your line.
3 wide. You've got the
Outside.
inside
Still
line.
there. Got one outside.
Don't need to be 3
Still
wide,
there.
Joel.
On your right.
Still there.
Clear up high.
Stop.
Coming up
Got one
there.
outside.
Clear outside.
Clear outside.
Far inside.
Got one
Keep high.
inside.
Keep
Stay
it
right
together.
there.
Hold your line. Clear inside.
Oh my god, what am I doing?
Inside.
Still
Stay
there.
high.
Still there.
Keep high.
Inside.
P9. That lap was at 28.2.
Clear on the
Here's the
inside.
bottom.
On your
Got one
right.
outside.
He's
Stay
still
on the
there.
bottom.
He's still there.
Stay on the bottom.
Outside line's clear.
Stop.
Eighth place.
Getting some antsy, oh, stutter. Getting some antsy Nancy's down there in the back.
The next car is grey.
Inside line, you got one. Clear inside.
I'm sorry, Ryan. My spotter did not tell me you were there.
Stay high. Still there.
Got one inside.
Took it.
Still
3
there.
wide. You're on
3 wide.
top.
You've got the outside line.
Inside.
Clear
Still there.
inside.
Clear to the
Stay
bottom.
high.
Got one inside.
P9. Your lap time was 28.
Inside's
Clear to
clear.
the bottom.
One car
Got one
inside.
inside.
They're low.
Yeah, Ryan's on much newer tires. He was able to climb right back up. That was easy for him. Menendez probably on newer tires as well. Ooh. What is happening? Why am I locking up all of a sudden? I brake no later than I normally do.
He's still there. Clear inside the bottom. P9. That one was at 28.2.
Pushing a little harder than I need to right now.
Laps to go.
Just done at 28.1.
Front end's pushing.
Gap 2, great, behind us now, 0.8.
Go high.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Scraped by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Oh. Oh my god.
That was at 28.7. The gap ahead is now 2.2 seconds.
I don't feel like I'm really overdriving the car, but I must be.
5 to go.
These guys racing. I'm over here crocheting. Just threading that needle.
The gap to Sergeant behind is now 1.1.
Sergeant must be on newer tires as well. Hope that I can keep my gap a little bit.
Got Tentative?
just done a 28.8.
Two to go.
Heads up, there's a car exit in the pits. Two laps remaining.
White flag next time by a stripe.
White flag, one more to go.
Sorry,
Last
Jerry.
lap was at 28.7.
Good win, Dylan.
One inside. Stay high.
Good win, Dylan. Good championship, Rucci.
Still there.
Stay high.
Still there.
What just?
Inside.
Inside
Got
line,
one
you got one.
inside. Still there.
That was a good run you had there, Potter. That was awesome.
P9.
Good win, Dylan. Deserve it.
Dang it, he got me. Nick, dude, you
Great job,
freaking
driver.
flew up in the air and it scared the crap out of me, and that cost me that spot. I lifted.
Good race, Dylan. Congrats on the championship map.
Just speed limit in the pits.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's Dylan. I don't
Right front
feel as
tires
bad
worn
for
out.
wrecking you earlier now.
You're not gonna believe how close it was, Leonard.
How close is it?
I had 1 point on you coming in.
Thanks, Peggy. I got the top 10 for you. It just I should have had eighth.
So I finished second?
Box in. 5, 4, 3,
I'm sorry, I
2,
can hear you.
1. Box now.
That's it.
That
go.
sucks, dude. He freaking flew up in the air on my screen. I thought he was wrecking. Ah, that sucks, dude. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm very happy that I got it, but that freaking just blows. It looked like he was wrecking. I panicked and I lifted. Dude, freaking Nick, I don't know what happened. He freaking glitched or something and flew up in the air, and it made me panic, and I lifted, and that cost me the spot. I'm upset right now. Thanks, Dusty. Thank you for the bits, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. That just sucks. I should have had it. He had a better run there. I couldn't do anything, so I tried to pinch him down. I did everything right here. So I probably could have got brakes a little bit sooner. But right here, he flew up on my screen, and I lifted. And that caused me to push wide. Ah, that sucks. I hate it. Half a car length. That. God, that sucks, dude. I'm upset. I lost a spot. But, I mean, I got a top 10. I got my goal. I'm happy with that. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you. Thank you guys for the support. It really does mean a lot to me. It just sucks when I throw away another spot right at the last second. Last corner, just because of a visual glitch, just sucks. Yeah, Nick, my screen, you like flew up in the air, and I thought you were wrecking, and so I lifted, and it pushed me up a little high, and of course, it was just a glitch, and you went right by.
Oh, and that went. That's
Yeah.
interesting. There's a good little battle on the last lap, though.
There was. Sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't eat that too. What is that? I can't eat both.
What an incredible season it has been. I got to catch up to our season and our champion, Matt Rucci, what a night. You put on a show towards the end. How hard was it to try to pull off a win tonight and the championship? But what does the championship really mean to you?
Yeah, for the race tonight, Wes and Macedo and the 67 were just really fast, and I burned my right front off in the last run there, and wasn't able to get done. And for the championship, it's been a crazy season, fun season. First, I want to thank Mr. Civ Ryan himself. I was watching this 4 hours of Charlotte endurance race where he raised a lot of money for charity. And I messaged in the chat, is there any way to join OCRP? Lucky enough, there was. I was able to fill the application just in time, and here I am. Not only is the iRacing stuff, made some friends, and this community is just great, and also you, Jeff, for putting these races on, or the streams on. It's been great.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. This win was not possible without me, Civ Ryan, so I'll take full credit for the win in the championship. Thank you so much. No, that's awesome, Rucci. I'm glad we got you in here, and thanks for supporting us, and 100%. Congratulations, dude.
Yes, and thank you. No, thank you very much, man. It's been great to get to know you as a person, but to watch you on track. You've not only shown what you can do in iRacing, but you've also been that ear that somebody can lean on and try to learn how to do what you're doing, and we really appreciate that. I have to talk to Mr. Dylan Macedo. Dylan, you get your first win of the season. It's been a long time coming. What's that, Ryan?
I'm sorry, I was clapping for Dylan because that's fucking awesome.
Yes,
you stole the hell of that car.
We're very excited for you, man. I know you stole that from Graham, but tell us about your drive early on and what this win means to you. Even though you knew you had the championship right there, or the champion behind you, breathing down your neck, you got it done.
Yeah, I've been through a lot of the swing in this race. I mean, in the beginning, I got the pole, and then got into a little incident and had to go to the back. Tried to make my way back up, and successfully did. Got back to top 5, and now I'm running for the lead. I wasn't even thinking, honestly. Like, I don't even know how I even got that done. It's like my brain just shut off, and I just drove my car as hard as I possibly could. I'm just shocked I even did that. So, yeah, blast tonight.
Well, you were the class of the field for sure. You showed up, you had the pole, you had the speed, you got it done, and at the end, you were the fastest car. I mean, that no matter what you say, that means that you had the talent to get it done, and you did. Tell us how hard it was for you to learn this car and to master it.
I mean, this car does not really suit my driving style. I typically like a looser car, and this drove pretty tight tonight, so I kind of had to discover what I had to do. It just wasn't all that used to the way this car drove, but over the race, I just practiced managing my tire wear and all that, and eventually just got the hang of the car. Again, I don't even know how I did that.
Well, there you go. No matter what, no one can take any iRacing win away from you. How incredible it is to win in iRacing. We totally understand. We have been there. What an incredible time it is. And congratulations to you. I'm going to throw it back over to Ryan. Ryan, who are you catching up with?
Man, there's a lot of people I want to catch up with, but we were watching a different storyline develop there during the race with Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter. I took me all season not to make a Harry Potter joke, and I finally did at the end of the race. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But we saw you on an alternate pit window there, and you were looking real fast there. You were leading the race for a bit. So tell us what was going through your head coming down to the last 10 laps there.
Well, really, I kind of just set myself backwards early. I got into some trouble early and kind of pretty much lost all the track position I had. And with the way that the car was racing tonight and how the track was racing, it was really difficult to pass. So I figured the best way for me to get back to the front was to just get myself on a different strategy and try to hope that the tires weren't going to be too bad for me, which thankfully, I mean, I did get a fresh set at the end, but it was just, we didn't have enough green flag laps between pit stops to really make it completely worth it, but still rallied back to the top 5, so.
Yeah, hell of a finish there, man. You drove the hell out of that car and showed a lot of speed. So
thank you.
Congrats on the top 5. The other person I want to talk to isn't a driver, Jeff. I want to talk to Tony Wilson. Big shout out to Tony Wilson for doing an awesome job with race control. My man, Tony. How was the season for you, bud?
Season was great. Everybody, has really, come together. We started with 10, 15 guys a week. Now we're getting close to 30. It's been great to watch all those cars, but I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to getting back behind the wheel next season.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you. I know everyone in the league expresses their gratitude for you doing race control, but we do up in the booth. So thanks for all the work you do, man. Thanks for all the work you do around the league with paints and just everything you do. So you're awesome, buddy. We appreciate you. I just want to say real quick, I don't want to talk to anybody else. I just want to say thank you to everyone here for providing just an awesome race and awesome season. You guys are fantastic drivers. It's really cool seeing the progression and seeing everybody get better and rise to the occasion. Not to mention names, but damn it, Dave, for one, coming out every week.
Rookie of the year.
Clint Spells, where have you been? My goodness, you're getting fast, dude. Awesome to see it. And it's just, it's really fun watching you guys get better and just putting on a nice show. So thank you to all you guys. It was a blast broadcasting for us.
Well, Ryan, I have 3 more people I want to talk to. I know it sounds
go
weird.
ahead.
I do want to talk to the Rookie of the Year. And Dave, tell us what your expectations coming into this season were. 1, 2, how hard was it for you to adjust to not only the car, but oval racing in general? And 3, you didn't wreck in qualifying, and you've been staying steady.
Well, I guess first coming in, I mean, I was nervous. I think you've said it in broadcast before. This is my first season with iRacing. And really, I mean, my iRacing account is old. I tried it a few years ago, but I mean, I came into this just like, I feel like I'm a good driver. I've got the racing wheel. I think this is something I can do. And I tried to keep it serious. I know, and people have a reputation of how they perceive me, and they think I'm, just a lovable idiot, but I took this serious, and I was just like, my goal was to just survive as many races as I could, not be a problem for other racers. I didn't want to be the cause of any wrecks. And so I kind of was playing defense for most of it. And then for how the car handled, I mean, it varied from track to track. I just basically had to learn how to use my pedals a lot better, the equipment I had on how to handle braking and pedal control, and just really pay attention to what I was doing. You can't just mash the gas and go. So it was really just trying to learn every time I was on the track and get to as many practices as I could, as my time would allow. And I don't remember what your third thing was. But overall it's been great. Like I've loved the season. I can't wait to keep racing and just kind of see what happens.
You started 27th and you ended up 26th, so you did gain a position. And every single time you come here at the track and you learn, that was the question that I had the most, was how difficult was you to transfer from a person, or transition from a person that knew nothing about racing at all, and to come here to the track and week after week trying to learn the car? And what is your opinion on oval racing after, this season?
I mean, the oval racing, I loved. Some of the tracks that have been kind of considered more difficult, I actually found the most fun to drive. And I think it's because it is a challenge. And as for learning, I do got to give a huge praise and shout out to the rest of the guys. Before a few races, when I was just having trouble even figuring out what line to take, they would be on Discord. I would hop in and they were very willing to help. They would give me advice, even right in my cockpit, and be like, this is when you want to brake. This is when you want to let off the gas. So the guys really helped with me learning. And yeah, going from nothing to this, I mean, I know how to drive a manual, but coming into this, it's not the same. It's really just, I mean, you got to kind of learn how to feel out the car, and you just got to be able to absorb that information. And I do feel like I'm a fast learner. So, I mean, it was incredibly challenging. And every week, the anxiety before going into a race it's just through the roof, because it's like every time I'm on there, I'm just like, I don't know if I should be here. I'm going to cause a massive wreck. And luckily, kind of driving more defensively, I didn't do that for anyone. So, I mean, I feel like that's a personal win. I'm going to celebrate tonight. Well, I celebrate every week, but tonight I'm going to celebrate even more. So it's overall, this has been an incredible experience, and I cannot wait for the next one.
Well, there you go. So Mr. Damn It Dave himself, Sermon, is very excited for the next season, which he should be. And, you know, the rookie of the year for sure. Came in, didn't know much about it, took it very serious, learned the car, learned the tracks, and he's shown up time and time again. I want to catch up to Leonard Fodorero. You have 2 wins this season. You won your first win. It was like, you know, that was a high. The second one was the lowest probably of the league at Martinsville. But let's talk about those 2 wins and what it means to you, and how competitive do you expect yourself to be next season?
Those wins mean everything to me. It was an absolute honor to race with everyone in this series this season, and I had a lot of fun. I expect myself to be very competitive next season, especially finishing P3 in points this season. It sucks I didn't get that P2, but West just got that 2-point gap on me. So hopefully I see myself competitive next season with whatever car we're going to drive, and can't wait for it.
Beautifully said right there. So every win means something, and it's been an incredible experience for Mr. Leonard Fodorero. And it's been fun to watch you race. It really, really, really has. I want to catch up to one more driver to finish out the season, and that is Wes. Wes, you're right there. You're the catbird seat. You moved yourself up into the second position. You led a lot of laps, 23 actually, and you end up P number 2 to Macedo. When it was, how hard was it to hold off the 25?
It was no question that I couldn't hold him off. The right front tire was gone. It's with all of those restarts and me just diving all the way to the bottom, trying to cut the dog leg as much as I could. I was just eating the right front off. So I was just hoping for a couple of more quick yellows and to have command of the field coming back to the green. But it just wasn't the case tonight. Dylan was at the right place at the right time. Got a good win. Really happy to see him win. He's definitely been in that situation a couple of times this season, just couldn't pull it off. And I'm glad that he got to get one before we took our break into next season. So, congrats to him. Congrats to Rucci. An absolute dominating performance the entire season. We got a lot of work to do to catch up to that 28. And shout out to Leonard as well. We came in. I did the points up right before I came up to sit down to stream, or to sit down and race, excuse me. And I had 1 point to the good on him, and ended up getting just another one. I knew I had to stay in front of him to get second in the overall standings. But it's been a great season. We were kind of rough towards the beginning of it with a lot of new people in there, but towards the end, we've had some really good races. Kept the win streak alive. I've won in every single season so far in OCRP. Hope to work that out next season in 2022 when we take to the track with the Xfinity cars. You heard it here first, folks. We are running the Xfinity car in our next points paying season. So really excited. Looking forward to having a car that we can actually drive. So I hope that they fix these next gens of their next couple of months with all of this testing that they have going on IRL. But I am so glad to get rid of these next gen cars for the foreseeable future.
So I want to talk about really fast is that you're talking about the Xfinity car, and I think it's great. I think that's going to be awesome. And I think everybody's going to be able to show their talents there 100%. But how hard is it to go from, hey, I know this car is flawed. I know we have these problems week after week. But 2, to go, hey, everybody here shows up to the track no matter what. They want to win this race. They have tried to figure out how to drive this car. How difficult is it to drive this car compared to the notes we would see on the real one?
So the brakes do not respond to any kind of input.
I'll give you an
I
answer
mean,
here in a
basically,
second.
I
Hold
was
on.
sitting here
Let him
3/4
finish
brake,
talking.
just trying to get it slowed down just a little bit. If you notice towards the beginning of the race when I was following behind the 67, I was really closing in on on the entry into 3, and I backed up my braking back to the third cone because I was braking in between the second and the third in the third cone, and I backed it all the way up to the third one, and I was
What I
still
should have
slinging
done.
it in there, just burning the right front off of the car. So it's just so much downforce generated with this car. It's so grippy, and with it being the 550 horsepower package, it just leads for it's slower overall speed, but you're quicker in the corners. So this version of Phoenix was a good test for it. I think this was one of the better tracks for this car
Bless you.
because there was an actual multi-groove racetrack that you could do. The higher line with this car here kind of prevailed a little bit in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4, the bottom to the next lane up was really good. But going from this car going back to the Xfinity car for next season, we're looking at a lot more horsepower, a lot more power underneath the rear tires. Wheel spin is going to be a factor. It's going to take a while to get used to it, but we're going to be running Mondays and Thursdays, as a supplementary race to the Thursday. We're going to continue with the Monday stuff. So I hope that, everybody here who wants to be a part of the next season would show up to the Monday races to get some good race quality practice in. It was a pretty decent success this season, but overall, I mean, the car, from what I've seen from the IRL test, it's very broken. It needs a lot of TLC.
Well, there you go. So Wes Graham is the one that runs. He's the admin, and he runs this league 100%, and he knows what's best for his drivers, and we have seen exactly that. The last person I have to talk to tonight and for the season is Stefan Benende, the 73 car. You have shown up week after week showing, hey, I've got midfield qualifying results, but you always show more than that when you come to the track. What do you think you can take from this season and move that into now the Xfinity car, a car you have to really, really, really drive? What do you think you can take from this season and move that into the next one?
Thanks for first of all, I just want to thanks for the interview, and you guys.
So I'm excited for the Infinity cars. I like them. I like the way they look. I like the way they drive. I haven't personally driven the current gen Cup car, so I can't really compare that to this. Nor have I driven the Xfinity car in a while as well. I don't mind this car. Everybody seems to hate it, but I personally do not mind it. I don't think. I mean, I know every car drives differently, but in my opinion, you need to learn how to drive that car. And it's just what it is. And if you struggle to learn how to drive it, that's on you. It's not the car's fault. That's no different than going from driving the Miata in this game, straight going into Indy and getting mad because the Indy car is hard to drive. It's the kind of car you're driving. It is just difficult. And I know it's not what the real one is, but they didn't have that info, so they wouldn't have known how to make the car. They're adjusting the car every single time they update it, and it's getting better and better and better. But I never once hated this car. You gotta learn how to drive it. That's just my opinion on it.
Left like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, he might have fallen asleep. I'll let you guys get to your driver's meeting. Thank you so much for everything. An incredible finish to the season. We'll see you next season in the Xfinity car. And that's it for me. Take care.
Thanks.
Appreciate the broadcast, Jeff. All right. Well, I got that in before he left. So, haha. Again, no, it's easy, boys. I guess we'll go by the race tonight for this.
I've got a great scheme hopefully coming for the Xfinity cars.
I kind of figured that. Clint, what you got there, bud?
Coming out quick tonight. All in all,
While
it was
they
a
talk,
pretty good
I'm gonna
race.
go grab a drink. I'll be back.
I think I got kind of robbed on a fast repair because I know these things kind of happen at times. I know early on there was a little incident, had damage, needed to pit on one of the earlier cautions. Went in, took a fast repair, didn't take tires, and we got to running, stayed out. Can't remember what lap it was, 50, 60, something like that, when like all the leaders pitted because I'm maybe way back up to the top 15 and went to the pits. I had one set of tires left after that, but there at the end where I've stuck in the pits for so long with 16 minutes of repairs, I was like, well, I come in and take my last set of tires, get a fast repair, I'll be good to go. And there I was with no fast repair, but not sure what happened there. But hey, fun race. Congrats, Dylan. Did a hell of a job. Rucci on the championship, man, dominated all season. And just ready to go to the next season with the Xfinities, which I already
Yes,
got a
sir.
car painted. So
Yes, sir. This is going to be starting after the first of the year, by the way. We got I got some other stuff I'm going to be talking about here in a couple of minutes. Dave, congratulations, dude. It's been a pleasure having you out here week in and week out since Rockingham. Anything you want to add here?
No, I mean, like I said, excuse me. Overall, great experience. Loved it. I've always been intimidated by the iRacing because I know it's a serious thing. But I mean, overall, it was fun. This is something I do want to continue to do. I feel like it's something I can do, where in the past I wasn't sure if I really had the chops for it. I just gotta, it's like the little things I gotta get better at pitting, putting the right things in when I pit, so that way I don't accidentally take tires when I don't want to and stuff like that. Tonight overall was good. I did get caught up in a few cautions. And then at one point I tried shifting to maybe get a little gains, and I guess I forgot to go up to fifth for a while. Ended up blowing an engine, so I just got to work on that kind of stuff. Just really getting better into racing knowledge. And I'm just looking forward to the next season.
All right, 10-4. Keller, no, it wasn't great night for you, bud, but hell of a season. Congrats on your win in Daytona. What you got to close out this campaign?
I mean, it was a good night. Unfortunately, we were doing a long run, kind of, I think, similar to Potter. I don't know when he pitted for his second or his set, but I was holding on to a step for a late run, and I was just trying to hang out there. Unfortunately, we got taken out, and I saved it, and it ate the rest of my tire, I think, and then we
Peace, if
blew
you're still
it
here.
going into the turn. Unfortunately,
I
I
think
already apologized.
Friday
to you,
nights are going to be our
and then
forest
don't worry
night.
about it, Thomas. It is what it is. I shouldn't have been there anyway. But I didn't have any fast repairs, so I had to disconnect. But that was pretty much a summary of the second half of the season. So I'm very happy this is over because it's been a little frustrating. But other than that, congrats on the championship, Rucci, and on the win, Macedo. Yeah.
Oh, TM, bud. Let's go to Mr. Lance.
It was a okay night for the most part, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to qualify second, so I was kind of surprised by that. But my goal was just to stay up around the top 5 and
Yes,
just
definitely will.
race the racetrack, because I learned that
Probably the
on
usual time.
Monday night that you burn your tire
Like right
right
now?
front off really fast if you try to really race people.
I mean,
But
couple hours
I fell back
is
some,
9
and
o'clock
then I
already,
just
Jesus.
freaking killed Stefan. I'm sorry about that, buddy. I ended up driving it too hard, and I got myself back in the field in the running around 15th or so. Just trying to improve on any trying to make up any ground that I could after that. But yeah, the only other thing is I got into Joel when he and our car made contact. I was already committed going down in that inside corner. I was already under braking, so I didn't mean to get into those guys either. So ended up blowing my engine when the car came up the track. It was just an unavoidable thing. So I had I had an okay night, and it just started going downhill from there. But it was still quite enjoyable. I really enjoy racing this league. Everybody is pretty respectful.
All right. Well, glad that you can make it. I'm so sorry. I meant to go through everybody's positioning. Bucks finished 8th, tied with Joel. Actually, he should have broke the tie there with Joel because he has 4 top 5s. Maybe I don't know if Joel had a pole or not, but it tied for 8th there for Bugs. Clint got 26th. Again, that's my bad.
Here's the points.
Dave 29th into points. Kellert ended
Just
up
shy.
14th into points overall.
It was just
and
shy.
Jason was 12th overall. So we'll
of a
move
10.
on to 10th overall in the points. Mr. Essery. Or no. Sorry. Robert Webb is next. Hold on. I'm so sorry. 28th in points. This is what I get for flipping back and forth between tabs. What you got there, Mr. Webb?
Well, went about how I expected. Was just all in all worried about the car and track combo. Just not comfortable with either one of them. And qualified bad, started bad, and just went downhill from there. Congrats to everybody that won this season, and very much looking forward to the Xfinity cars. Something I can actually kind of compete with, I think. And just all in all, had a blast running with you guys. So I'm looking forward to the next season.
All right, 10-4. Appreciate you racing with us. Jeffrey Spells, 27th overall.
Tell me what you think that looks like.
But last car in the lead lap tonight.
Tell me what you think that looks like.
That's a hell of a season for you, bud.
Oh, don't look at that.
Yeah, I was not tooting my own horn, but actually a little further up, and caution came out late in the race. Took new tires and all, and I had run the high line the whole race. And once I took the new tires, decided to cut across that low side there and just got loose. Had a good battle with Tyler there for a little bit towards the end, but had a blast this season. A lot of fun. Glad to see all the new guys that came in. Huge field.
Yeah.
And
It definitely
can't
changed.
wait to get in that Xfinity car.
Yes, sir.
So greasy. I touched the
10th
edge.
into points. Mr. Essery this time. For real this time.
My race went great. Started in the back, clawed my way up front, and got wrecked. So the usual.
All right, 10-4. We'll appreciate you coming out and joining us. Let's see. Another late bloomer here. Ended up where? Okay, ended up 37th overall. Only made it to 3 races, so not too bad. Tyler, what you got for us, bud?
Not my best race. Got involved in 3 cautions, 2 that were 100% my fault. Other one was a majority my fault. Started kind of low. Tried pushing up as high as I can. Got a decent start. Bottom of 1 and 2. Got a bit loose on the bottom. Slammed the brakes. Tried to save it, and washed up into Reno, and then that caused the first accident. Kind of pit a bit early, and stayed out when all the leaders pit. So started in 6th. Tried to get out of the way as best as I could. It was like 4 wide going into I don't know what corner. Tried staying up on the wall. So I was out of the fast guys' ways and just got hit from behind. And then towards the end, kind of drove in too hot under Keller and took him out of the race. So just want to apologize to anyone that I was involved in a wreck with tonight. Not that wasn't my best driving. Just tried pushing it too hard to make up any places I could, and just excited to learn a new car and be better next season.
Oh, where we at? We are at Mr. Bookman, 23rd overall in the championship standings. How was it, bud?
I had a lot of fun. It started off pretty rocky, coming around first lap. I got sideways and saved the car, but I lost about 8 spots. Continuing on, I hit the wall a couple of times. So we were mid 20s. I came in, got a quick repair, got back out there. Made up, I believe I was sitting like 15th, maybe even 16th. Got tapped in the left rear, saved the car, but by the time it got back straight, they were still on my inside, so I tail whipped them, and it ended up throwing me down into a group of people. I took out Bugs and a couple others, so I apologize whoever was involved in that. Um, Missed my pit stall that time around, so I had to go around a second time, and that took my second fast repair. So we had right around 70 laps to go, and I didn't have any fast repairs. Everything just kind of went downhill. I finished with a total of 22x, and 12 of those being those last 70 laps. So last 30, I was just kind of putting around to make sure the car wouldn't blow up. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed every single race that we've done. I am looking forward for next season.
All right, 10-4, bud. Mr. Stevens, Isaiah finished in 20th on the season.
Trying to find where
How
I
was
looped
it, and
it.
how was the race tonight?
Yeah, Peach doesn't support me like
It was a pretty solid race. The iRacing gods unfortunately did not
She's
want
only
it
there
to
for
happen
part
for
of the
me.
time.
I
The
wanted to
part-time
make it a
supporter.
2-stop race, but I went down there about lap 40 and I was cursed with the tire bug, which ate up both of my right sides. So from lap 40 to the end of the race, I was stuck with the same set. So it was nice being there in the top 5 for a little while, but it was inevitable. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun
Yeah,
this
Peach is just
season.
a fake friend.
It's been an honor being able to race with some really great drivers.
Doesn't
And
alter her sleep schedule to
definitely
watch me
looking
like
forward to
Peggy
next
does.
season, the Xfinity cars.
Peggy's a real
It'd be
friend.
nice getting off of these unfinished cars. But yeah, other than that, it was a great season.
All right,
Trying
appreciate
to
you
find
coming
where I
out,
looped
man.
it.
You know, I expect all the new people just really appreciate it. One step up on the standings, 19th position driver overall. Kyle Cleveland, what you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, I actually
see.
had the same
'Cause
pit
this is
glitch happen to
when-
me just a little later. I think the first when everybody pit around lap 60, and that took both of my right side tires as well. Yeah, so that basically ruined my race. Towards the end there, I reached back up
Benende.
to I think
Benende not doing it.
P11 or 12, but everyone behind me had fresh tires, so I just kind of moved up to the top and tried to race as hard as I could, but ended up just letting everybody by.
See?
Really
See?
sorry to Dave.
Peggy knows.
I
Peggy's
was
a good friend.
hard in the brakes there, and the car just did not stop. Hate
Oh,
doing that.
we've been playing a game called The Forest.
Yeah,
It's perfect for
pretty
that.
good season. Would have
Playing it
liked to
tomorrow,
get
hopefully.
maybe at least one top 10, but yeah, that just gives me something to reach for next year.
I broke your bitch.
All
Oh,
right,
you
10-4,
did?
bud. Again,
Aw.
appreciate you coming out and everything.
Your Bitberry. Your Bitberry.
Mr. Goozy, P16 tonight, overall in the championship.
And Rucci.
Where are you? 30th overall. How was the season for you? How was your race?
You're gonna make
I
what?
hate
You're gonna
this
make
car.
The Bitberry.
That's really it. I hate this car.
All right. Temple, you don't want to add anything else?
I mean, I had fun tonight, especially when Bugs tried to take me out and I saved it. But other than that, no, this car is just horrible.
All right, Paw Patrol, thanks you for your service. Paw Patrol is on a roll. Let's move on to Bethel P15
That
tonight.
is true. She
and 17th overall in the standings.
He's not subbed.
Congratulations.
You were correct there.
Oh yeah, it's Thrill. This is the second race this year where was multiple laps down and somehow got back to the lead lap. It's unlike another league that I'm in where if you lose a lap, you'll never get back. So really fortunate about that. Tonight I self-inflicted this one. Came down under caution and missed my box. So I came out on a closed pit and then it was giving me the EOL penalty. So I was going to come back down, but someone came.
Peace, you owe Dusty everything. You better say thank you. I'm gonna time you out.
Through under green, like that's usually what I've gotten before for passing under yellow is to drive through or not even a hold, stop and go type situation. But no, I got a 45-second hold, so it's 3 down. Super thrilled to do that, but I got them all back, so that was great.
Appreciate it.
Look forward to.
So this happened. Cars up here in front are wrecking. The 86 and the 43. Both Chris, because he does it too, but he saves it. Chris gets on the apron. I get on the apron. I slowed down too much. There he is. We tandem. We're just tandeming here. We're just having fun.
We're gonna miss you, bud. Tell us how your season and how everything went, man.
Oh, I did not get hit. I don't understand.
Normal season for me. Got bad luck half the races I showed up
It's
for.
because you
but
are a mother.
For the most part, it was fun, especially tonight. Ended up
Look at the flat spot in happening on my
midfield,
tires right now.
but if hopefully I can at least make the first race of next season, if
Do I
not
hit the
all of
wall?
them. But
Do I actually?
if I don't,
I don't hit it. And
you
I'm
guys
like,
better
please don't
still
hit
be
me, please don't
here
hit me, please
by the
don't
time
hit
I
me.
get back. So, good job, Dylan, on the win, Rucci on the championship,
on these
and thank
guys.
you,
Good
Les,
job-
for
good job,
hosting
Dave, for
this.
not hitting me.
No problem, bud.
Tough,
Mr.
guys.
Beaver, 18th overall in the standings. What you got for us, bud?
Yep, I had a good time
Is he
tonight.
not as
I
lucky?
actually finished higher. You know, it was 13th, but I finished higher than what I actually thought I would.
Oh,
Because I'm not
he was more
100%
lucky.
fond of this track yet, just because I don't quite understand it.
Wow.
So, based on practice and qualifying,
Lucky.
I was happy where I finished. So, enjoyed the season, enjoyed racing with everybody.
Yes, sir. It's good to see you back out on the track again. We'll move on to somebody who's missed a bunch of races here towards the end of the season. Is Mr. Ewing available? He is. Where did he
Synchronized.
finish? 21st.
Take care, Matt. Thanks for stopping by.
On the
This is the
points
final
tally.
race, so
I hope everything's
not
been
gonna
all right,
happen until
bud.
next
And
season.
how's your season? How's your race?
Oh, thanks very much, Wes. Congrats, Dylan and Richie, on the championship. Yeah, gutted to have missed so much of the latter half of the season, but
I did not
with
know
the
Andrew
change of
was
work circumstances and stuff,
Irish or Scottish.
I've been trying to get into a sort of routine where I get to sleep in the evenings and can wake up for the races, but hasn't panned out for me. I almost missed tonight as well, so I'm glad I made it.
That's
Had ups and
Scottish.
downs season, but enjoyed every moment of it. This race was probably one of the
Matt,
most fun
if
races I've
they
had.
open these up, you're
Especially at the
applying
end.
and you're gonna
There was-
race.
There's lots of nice, fun, tight
You
races
need
and
to
stuff.
you
so
need to defeat
great
Rucci.
times, and thanks very much, and looking forward to hopefully being involved in more.
10-4, bud.
Do it.
So good to see you back out here. Now we're moving on to probably one of, if not the most popular driver in OCRP. The Double Deuce. Reno overall 13th in the points, finished 11th here tonight. And also winner on the Monday series. Got to brag about that as much as I possibly can before the year is out. Reno, what you got, bud?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Finally having a win in iRacing other than Carburetor Cup. It was a great season. Learned a lot with these cars, and it was fun racing everyone. Had a lot of new faces to race there. Didn't qualify very well tonight. Used 2 of my faster pairs within the first 30 laps. Just I got involved in stuff that happens. But
Is it the new Phoenix you guys are racing at?
ended up crawling my way back to P11, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, thanks to Wes for putting this on. Thanks to
This is the new Phoenix.
Congratulations to Matt for winning championship. And
I say
Dylan
do
for
it.
racing
It's so
tonight,
much nicer.
or winning tonight.
It feels so much
All right,
different as
10-4,
well,
10-4,
but it's so
10-4.
much nicer.
Now we move on to the brightest car out on the track. P7 into points overall. 3 top 5s on the season. Chuck, what you got for us, buddy?
Had a good season. Race was all right. I mean, for being like probably my least favorite track in NASCAR, period. Did all right to get a top 10 tonight. Got in that little mix up with Ryan early, and then managed to work my way back up to, I think, like 7th was the highest I was at, and then we had that really long green flag run, and
Thank you, Dusty.
I went like 60 some laps on the same set of tires, and when I came into pit, I had
It's gonna be different
1%
in the next
left on
car.
my right front.
There should
So
still be green.
I just absolutely
There should still be green and purple. I'll tell you that, but it's definitely going to be different.
80s. So I
Tony's
guess I
doing
was
it.
braking too late or turning too hard or something. I can never figure that track
Tony's
out.
making it.
But overall, the season was a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to the Xfinities. They're probably one of my favorite cars, if not my favorite car on the service. So next season should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, man. Thanks for everything this season, Wes. Congrats, Richie, on the championship, man. And congrats, whoever won.
It was
Who the hell? McAdoo. Yeah, congrats on the win, buddy. That's right.
All right, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4. P9 tonight. P11 in the standings. 1 top 5, 7 top 10s. Mr. Steinhoff, what you got for us there, buddy?
I had a blast tonight, as I do basically every single race. It's so much fun racing with everybody here. It's constantly learning, and it's just a blast. Love racing with Chuck when he's not murdering me. Yeah, it's just a little incident there, but other than that, just awesome racing throughout the entire night. And little fun race there with, I think, Nick right at the end, and just barely lost out that spot. But other than that, it was awesome. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to allow all of us to be able to do this with you guys. It's been awesome.
10-4, bud. Appreciate you coming out and racing all of the races. P6
I missed
overall
one. Don't
in
say
the
that. I missed
championship.
one.
1 top 5 should have been 2, and 8 top 10 should have been 9. Mr. Sargent, a P8 this evening. Tell us how it was and how your season is. What's happened?
Love playing for.
Yeah, it was a good season all around. Pretty solid. I think my worst finish was Daytona, and after that, I mean, I did fairly good. The race was good. I was running up started like 9th and got up to the top 5 pretty early, and raced around in the top 5 for a while, and then my tires just completely fell off, and I dropped way back. And then it was right around the last caution, when we had like 20 to go. I was in like 9th or something, and I just kind of said screw it and pit and figured I'd get some tires, and I went all the way back to like 22nd, and I just figured if we got maybe just like any cautions or anything, it might have helped me, but I managed to drive back up to 8th, and
Tudo, you didn't
had a nice
watch?
little battle with Steinhoff on the last
What
lap.
have you been doing, man?
Barely got him out of the last corner.
Been doing?
No,
it was good.
But yeah, it
I
was
got
a
top
good race,
10.
good season. Thanks
I got it.
to all of you guys.
Barely got
I do. I early in the race, I drove it a little too
I did
hard
get
into
up
the
to
corner and
sixth,
got
fifth.
into Dylan
I got
and
into
kind of
fifth.
sent him up the track, but clearly that didn't hurt him too much. So congrats on the win, Dylan. Sorry about what I did. And congrats to Rucci.
All right, 10-4. Stefan, P5 overall, a pole, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s this season. Hell of a season for you there, bud. You got anything you want to add or anything?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was just an up and down night. I was bit by the glitch of the tire deal. I went in like lap 60 or something after that caution, and it didn't change my tires, and I was wondering why I was sucking so bad. But then figured out that I still had 2 sets of tires after that. So, but clawed my way back up after some unfortunate incidents, and yeah, pretty happy with where we finished.
There's my marks. There's my tire marks.
And congrats to Rucci for the championship and Dylan for the win. Good job, guys.
All right, 10-4. P6 tonight, P8 in the championship. 1 pole, no top 5s, but 7 top 10s. The official flow of the OCRP iRacing League. Joel, congrats, bud. Tell us how you season and how you race went.
Yeah, man. Season was awesome. Being my first ever league experience. I expected just somewhere in the top 20, but coming in 8th in the standings is by far exceeded my expectations. Tonight's race went good. I started 6th. Got in that incident at the very beginning with Clint Spells and Sargent there, so I got a fast repair. Had to work my way up through the field twice and finish back where I started. But yeah, man, I had a blast this season. I can't wait for the next season to start. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now to top 5 for tonight. Mr. Potter ended up 15th overall in the standings with 3 top 5s and top 10s. Congrats, man. I thought you had something for us tonight. You just about did, man. That was hard getting trying to get past you on those older tires, dude. Hell of a race. 2-time winner in Monday. You know, all that good stuff, man. How was your race? How was your season?
Oh, sorry. I was probably a little more aggressive than I should have been when I was on the fresh stuff, and I set myself back early because I got in a Clint on that in that one caution early, and just complete error on my part. But clawed my way back up, got tires, clawed my way back up again. Had led some laps, which was nice. Then I pit again because I knew once we got like 10 laps or so, you got past me, I knew I had no chance. So I just had to get the tires and hope that I could make the tires work. But there just wasn't enough green flag racing. But it was good. It was good fun. Season was a lot of fun. Had a lot of good battles with a lot of people out here tonight, and so yeah, excited for that. And appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Not a problem.
Open green machine.
And I guess we get to them a little early, but 5 poles, 7 wins, all 10 of his races that were not dropped counted in the top 5 in the top 10 category. Your overall season champion. Congratulations, Matt Rucci. Dude, absolute machine out there, dude. It was a pleasure running with you and being able to witness your dominance this season, man. Just, I guess, give us a review, dude. He's not even in here, is he? I just kissed so much ass right there. He's not even in here. Jesus. All right.
I'll delete the footage.
Yep. No
wanna see
more
what I
ass
was going
kissing for
for.
Rucci. Leonard. What a battle. 1 pole, 2 wins, 8 top 5s, and 10 top 10s. 3rd overall in the standings. What a season for you, bud.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun season, and like I said earlier in Just interview, it was an honor to race with all of you guys. It was very enjoyable, and even though at the start it wasn't very clean, it was still the most clean racing I've had ever since I started iRacing, and that in itself is
You guys can't see
enjoyable.
what I'm reading.
Tonight's race was also very fun.
I'm
At the
laughing.
end there, I was just trying to get past you for that extra 1 point that I probably needed that would maybe put me in front of you.
Basically, Tony. Charles posted a GIF in the chat, like a throwing up emote, and Tony said that Bugs' reaction to my purple and green car. So that my mother told him that he's wrong in his ideas on hating the purple and green machine. Then Tony said, "Don't worry, the Steiner 59er will always be green and purple."
Allowing everybody into the league. I mean, we all wouldn't be racing here if you guys didn't open the gates for everybody to join. So
I'm hyped for it.
I'm really appreciative of that. But
I'm hyped for what he has to
yeah,
offer.
season was a blast. I had a blast just about every single race. So yeah, definitely. I'm gonna say this is probably one of the best seasons I've probably ever been a part of in iRacing.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
Can
you not hear me?
Yeah, had a blast. Infinity Cars next season, cannot wait. Race control. You wanna give us something before I go ahead and let everybody know what's going on?
The only thing I would add to this whole thing is we need to kick like 20 people out so these meetings are way shorter.
Hey, I hear you on that.
No, that's all I got, man. Good season. I do feel like it's like 3:00 in the afternoon on the last day of school.
For
I'm
real.
about to be out for summer break, and then I can, get back behind the wheel.
All right. Well, I just had to say it's been a pleasure. I know we had a rocky start beginning of the season. It seems like most of, if not all of, it's kind of weeded itself out through various
I don't know.
various avenues.
We don't need to.
Towards the back half of the season was really fun.
I'm probably quieter because I'm like this.
Just
my
really
mic is off to the
appreciate,
side.
especially the new guys for coming out week in and week out and racing with us after what happened in the beginning of the season. All of the OGs, really appreciate y'all for sticking with us as well. Apologies goes back out to everybody who I stuck in the Monday League when it was a required thing, or whatever we want to call that. Apologies again because I ruined your Thursday season, but it was just something that I was trying to do, and I completely misread a whole bunch of situations. So I apologize to everyone. So hopefully over we're going to skip the Thursday, this next Thursday coming up, Turkey Day.
Oh, it is,
Forsaken. So, or special American Turkey Day. What I just tagged everybody in is forms for our 3 special events that we are going to run. I have 12 options up here. I'll just go down the list. The Indy 250, 100 laps of Indy with the IR18s. Car tomorrow race at a track to be determined. A Chili Bowl, a wing sprint car race, probably the 360s, either like a King's Royal format or Knoxville Nationals. A 2.4 hour endurance
only
race.
3 options?
100 laps of figure 8s. Legends at a Legends track. That'd be like 1 or 2 tracks or something like that with the Legends cars. A snowball derby, rallycross night, Pro 2s on asphalt road courses,
100 laps
3
of-
different tracks in one
no.
night, 87s
Rallycross.
at a track to be determined, or 3 stocks at Hickory.
And
Please
I'm down for those two.
select up to 3 of those. I'll get everything else situated. You got until next Wednesday to pick them. And it just all depends on what y'all want to do. Whichever ones get the most responses will be the 3 that we do, and I'll line them up for scheduling and everything because we got 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas. We're not going to run anything Christmas or New Year's week. So
I I hope the 2.4 hour endurance race will
enjoy
will
the
do
off
it.
season.
That'll be
as,
fun.
as it may seem. If anybody wants to throw up any races in between now and then, feel free to do so. I know Chuck's thing is getting ready to end as well, but he's got I think he's sticking with trucks for the next season. Trucks on Tuesday nights with Outcast, same time and everything. We are, like I said, we're going to the Xfinity car. There's going to be a couple of rule changes as well. We're not running 2 fast repairs anymore. We're going to go back to 1 fast repair, and the races are going to increase in length
Yes,
and
I'm happy for that.
I want to actually get
I want to
about
see the
an hour and a
endurance race
half
too. It's been a long time since I've done an endurance
worth of
race.
racing in. Now, I think that we can do it. Open it up into like a 2-stop strategy. Maybe play with the fuel a little bit. But it's just something that I'm brainstorming right now. So if you see 200 laps or 250 laps at Martinsville or Bristol or anything like that on the schedule coming up, don't worry about it. We're gonna get some longer races going and see if we can't.
It says 2.4 hour endurance race contract to be determined.
Of course, tire
maybe
limits will
team?
increase as well, so you ain't got to worry about that. But I'll have everything to y'all by the second week of December, as far as like a track list and anything, just in case anybody doesn't have all of the tracks, so you can use maybe a little bit of Christmas money in between now and then. Tentative date for the start of next season, or the next season, is probably going to be either the 13th or the 20th of January. It might be the 13th. It might be the 6th. And so it's going to be one of the first 3 weeks in January. I'll have that for y'all as well by the 9th of December. So I'll have the schedule and everything. I'll figure it out and all that good stuff. But all in all, dudes, I really appreciate it. Thanks for everything. Really appreciate y'all showing up week in, week out. And I guess we are free to move about the cabin. So
move about the cabin.
Y'all enjoy. I'm gonna go do some other stuff and get those responses in. If you don't get one in by Wednesday, you don't get an option. So let's close out. Congrats, Dylan. Congrats, Rucci, on the championship overall. Well deserved, both of y'all. And yeah.
Quick question, Wes, before you head out. I see on the list here you got the COT car.
Yes.
Are you? Because I know there's only a certain amount of setups that they have because they don't keep.
Oh, I will pay for a setup.
Okay, I was just gonna. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm down. Let's do that.
Yeah, because I want to go 200 and some odd mile an hour at Auto Club or Michigan or somewhere around there like Atlanta or something.
Yeah, where you lift and going sideways at 200, I'm down.
Yeah.
The cars up tomorrow.
The COTs, the 2009 Impalas, I believe they are called up here.
Yeah, now the cars of yesterday.
Yeah, they're the cars of yesteryear.
They go
Hey.
fast. That's for sure.
NASCAR cars made in history.
Hey guys, if Wes touched on it a little bit, and I do appreciate that, Wes, very much, man. Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, same exact time as this league. We run the Outcast League on Tuesdays, running the trucks. We're going to continue running the trucks next season. We have three total sets of tires, 2 fast repairs, 2 green, white, checkered, and the races in length are comparable to the races we ran this season. So if you guys want to join in on that, just send me a DM and I'll get you guys sent over an invite. We'll probably start either the same week or maybe the week after OCRP starts in January. So both will be starting up relatively soon. Or within a relatively short amount of time of each other. So if you guys are interested, just hit me up and let me know.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it is.
Right now we're running like 1 caution races. Very long green flag runs. We do run 75% fuel. So on those green flag runs, you do have fuel strategy that comes in. So the racing has been really good green flag runs. So if that's something you guys are interested in, again, just hit me up.
Oh, we're gonna go for our last race. We're gonna go from 10 cars to 30. You just see us going from 10 cars to the for
Right.
next week's
Yeah,
race
not-
to 30.
Oh, you shouldn't have said anything about cautions. You've now just cursed next race that we
First
have
race
next
is going to
week.
have like 10 or 10 cautions in it.
I was already expecting like 2 next week, but now we're gonna have like 8. I'm gonna be
We're
like,
all gonna die next week.
Hey Wes, before you head out, thanks again for everything, man. It's been awesome.
see you guys in a few weeks when we do some off-season stuff.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys then.
I'm definitely ready for
Yeah.
that.
See y'all
Take it
then.
easy,
I'm
boys.
out of here.
Make sure
See
you
y'all,
choose the
buddies.
right choices.
See you guys.
I'm gonna choose the wrong ones later.
It's been
No.
fun.
Yeah, it's okay.
Later, guys.
All right, Wes.
Okay, Wes.
Later.
Bye, guys. Bye. And there were 2. And then there was 1. Goodbye. This is AFK. Uh-oh. Here they come. Well, it is Tuesday. Yes, it will be. Well, today's Thursday, but yes, the race is on Tuesday. There's only 1 more left of the season. I don't know why they. I mean, it kind of sucks when we have 10 cars, or 10 trucks, but that's gonna suck because there's some important point battles happening, and those are gonna get effed. But nah, you're good, Peggy. I'm just messing with you. I will be racing on Saturdays for the time being for this next month or so. Doing Assetto Corsa Competizione. I don't know why I struggled saying that so much, but that's what I'll be doing on Saturday. That is about 5 p.m. my time. And it's 9:40 right now. So math? I don't know what it is for you. 1 a.m. Yeah, that's right. So, don't know if you can make that, but it's going to be right turns too. There is going to be right turns as well. That'll be fun. I'm going to struggle horrifically, but it'll be fun. On real quick.